Jack the Ripper. Before death, he tore the body to pieces. The year is 1888. The Whitechapel district of London. While the rest of the world slept, a shadow emerged from the darkness, a monster that would shake the British Empire to its core. The world came to know him as Jack the Ripper, a killer whose reign of terror stained the pages of history in blood, yet his true identity remains a mystery to this day. By the late 19th century, Whitechapel had become a breeding ground for poverty, overcrowding, and vice. Nearly 80,000 people were crammed into this living hell. Conditions were so grim that over half of the children born here didn't survive past the age of 5. Driven by starvation and sheer desperation, an estimated 1,200 women turned to prostitution just to survive. Out of this grim bleakness, a dark entity was born, initially feared by locals as the elusive Leather Apron. On August 31st, 1888, Jack claimed his first canonical victim, Mary Ann Nichols. What followed was a calculated trail of blood. After Nichols came Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and finally, Mary Jane Kelly. Collectively, these women are remembered as the Canonical Five. Jack's modus operandi was uniquely horrific. Striking under the cover of night, usually on weekends, he would first slit his victims' throats before subjecting them to brutal abdominal mutilations. The final murder, that of Mary Jane Kelly, was so savage that her body was left completely unrecognizable. In an attempt to understand the madness, police surgeon Dr. Thomas Bond constructed one of the earliest offender profiles in history. He strongly believed the killer lacked actual surgical skill. Instead, Bond described a solitary man driven by periodic fits of homicidal and erotic mania. He was an individual consumed by deep-seated malice, deriving a twisted, psychopathic gratification from the meticulous destruction of his victims. London's Metropolitan Police and Scotland Yard launched an unprecedented manhunt. Amidst the chaos, the police and media were flooded with hundreds of taunting letters. One note, signed Dear Boss, coined the terrifying moniker for the very first time, Jack the Ripper. Even more chilling was the From Hell letter, which arrived with a small box containing half of a preserved human kidney. However, many modern experts suspect these letters were clever media hoaxes fabricated by journalists to send newspaper circulation skyrocketing. Investigators interrogated over 100 potential suspects. John Pizer, the local bootmaker known as Leather Apron, was quickly arrested, but was cleared almost immediately due to ironclad alibis. Decades later, modern suspects like Aaron Kosminski would face intense scrutiny and flawed DNA testing, but the results remained entirely inconclusive. No one was ever formally charged, no arrests held, and no trial ever took place. A critical lack of forensic evidence left the hands of the law completely tied. By 1891, the gruesome killings stopped just as abruptly as they had begun. Perhaps the Ripper died, was institutionalized, or took his secrets to a far-off grave. More than 135 years later, the true identity of Jack the Ripper remains history's most fascinating, unsolved puzzle. He remains a phantom, the world's most infamous killer, forever lost in the. Subscribe for more dark mysteries and true crime stories.